YouTube. We are live once more. Once more. Blessings. Welcome to my live. It's a beautiful moment, so I'm gonna get to it right away. We're doing some work outside today, so you can see outside what's going on. It's a cold evening. We are in spring at the moment, but early spring. We still have been cold weather. Today I was looking outside. I was in my car in the afternoon, and I look at 20 something degree, which is below freezing. So definitely getting some freezing weather. But this is our mission today. We have our beans soil getting overgrown. So our mission today is to get those bean transplant. So anyone is on the live, welcome to the live. Let me know where you're joining the live from and that you're joining the live. Give me a thumbs up. And do remember to subscribe to my channel. It's greatly appreciated, and it's a great encouragement. So yeah, we're definitely getting those bean transplanting today. Go outside here a bit. Definitely not time to put them inside the ground, but we have a whole big box of soil right here. Look at that. It's all organic mix, different soil adamant and worm casting. All that good stuff is in here. So this season, guys, you can see my crazy grow container. I just put this to kind of limit the space in the hole so that we don't have too much soil leaching outside, because I'm not sure exactly where this container might have to be temporarily placed, But my mission is to put the beans in it. You might be able to survive outside. If not, if I do have it outside, I can cover it with some plastic. Kind of have a greenhouse effect going on over it, so they won't freeze. Cause most of the time right now we are having a low temperature at night, so that's kind of affecting our mobility and stuff, our opportunity to put plants outside at the moment. So even though it's early spring, still a bit too cold where the plant may freeze, overnight. So, and then early morning we always have that frost as well, so welcome to the live, and share your thoughts with me. Let me know where you're joining from. I'm gonna go ahead and open up our nice space here and show you what's going on in here. All different type of plant. I wish you could smell the whole effect on the green. That whole forest smell right now coming from this tent. So yeah, these are the beans that we're gonna be transplanting outside today. And as you can see, are transplanting in the container, not necessarily outside. The container may be able to move around, but they might barely growing. But anyway, as you see, they're getting a bit too tall for this container. These are still in the seed starter. Just a little bit too much overgrown, for what's going on. We have a bunch of stuff going on in here. We have our moringas over in the corner there. We have 4 moringa growing right now, getting nice and chunky. Tiny seedling in reality. Some carrots that maybe should not be in this container anymore right now, but it's gonna be an experiment and a lesson to learn. A carrot is typically one that you plant directly inside the ground. So I don't know, in the sense that the roots already be coming out of these plants, and carrot is one of those delicate plants. You can't really mess with the tap root, once it's growing. So that's a learning process. Gonna be an experiment to see if I'm gonna have a great result from those. But either way, I'm gonna be directly planting some seeds soon outside. So either way, we will be catching ourselves and correcting any mistake. These are some onion, scallion if you wanna call. Brussels sprout. Got a little radish, some spinach here and over there. Bunch of tomatoes. marigold, cabbage. Some cabbage. I have a bunch of spinach. Not spinach, kale. Saying spinach, but kale. And then we have some companion plant, some plant that is good for this is actually mint, spearmint, I want to say, or peppermint. But yeah, these are more plant that that gonna attract all different beneficial insect and butterfly, bees, and all that, all the pollinators. So these are my interests and my mission for these, to be great pollinator in the garden. Some oregano. But yeah, gonna get this going before we get a too darkness outside. See what we got going here. Put this thing in the tripod. Hey guys, if you're just joining my live, welcome to my live. Let me know where you're watching from. We're transplanting some beans today. That's getting a bit too overgrown in my my little indoor space that I have them in. You can see my soil outside. I have a whole box of soil that we mix, organic soil. We're just gonna go ahead and fill up our container. Hey guys, welcome to the live. If you're just joining the live, like and share, subscribe to my channel. It's greatly appreciated. This is Nick from Yardman Garden and Arts TV. So we're here. We're getting preparing for the wonderful growing season ahead. So springtime. Let me get my little boot here before I step outside. So yeah, anyone joining the live, give me a thumbs up. Show some love and support in the chat. Especially if I don't see anyone making any communication in the chat. Sometimes I'm wondering if everything is going well as far as if everything is going well. What it seems to be, it's just that there's no one communicating right now. But either way, we're getting it done. We're going through the live and gonna be planting out these beans. So we actually have sugar syrup bean and some marva. Exactly their name. Oh yeah. So yeah, some sugar syrup and little marva is the name of our bean. The little marva is more small, and the sugar syrup is more that longer one right now, or I should say the taller ones. That is falling over right now too much in the seed starter. So I got to be getting those going. So don't mind me, I might be stepping outside and I'm gonna be filling my container at the moment. Got the shovel here for soil. Try to keep this efficient and clean as I can. You see, guys, these containers, you see, have some holes in the side of it. You know, it might spell to be a good thing in the end. You know, give the root system of the plants more breathable space. You know, but what I noticed that. But I'm noticing it now that the soil is leaking outside of it, so hopefully we don't have too much trouble with that right now. That's good to know though, and see where that is going right away. It's my first time using this container, guys. I got this container donated to me. You know, this hole is a little bit too much. Let me show you guys. So this is all the holes that I'm working with, guys. So as you see, this hole is a big gap space. I'm gonna have to put cardboard to cover this one right here. You know, in the future as I go outside, my whole idea that I could use these to connect to each other. You know, they can leach into each other. But for now, this one I'm gonna use inside, so I might have to tap this hole. But yeah, guys, these 4 holes at the side and both sides, so 8 holes altogether, at least at the side of it. You know, I'm having soil leaking from here, so it's good be good in the future. Depends on what am I growing. You know, especially I could grow strawberry in here. Strawberry would do great in this container. But I get these container donated to me this season, guys, and I'm looking to do a lot more container growing. These are some freezer container that I used to store like freezing, you know, like fish, meat produce, and all those things. Anything that's in freezer. So it came from a delivery company that used to deliver frozen food, you know. So as you can see, 1 hole is in the bottom. For this other one, I already, as you see, these holes I cut or I mark to make new holes. You know, so actually my cut is just a box cutter I use for the my cutting tool. So even though I made this whole circle round, I did cut in square. You know, so that it make it easier instead of trying to use the box cutter and try to go in circle, you know, because I tried it and it snapped my first blade, so I have to switch the blade around to the opposite side. So then I came with the idea of like, oh, you know, might as well cut it square so that I don't have to try to, you know, angle the box cutter. So these are what I'm filling up as you see right now. But I'm already encounter trouble with these 8 holes at the side. This one I'm definitely gonna have to stop. You know, so yeah, guys, I'm growing food in container this season. Welcome to the live. Let's see what's going on with this thing. But yeah, we definitely gonna use this to stop this part right here. So that show you guys what's going on. See what I'm talking about? This hole right here. We're gonna add this thing to the side of it. Stop the soil from going out. You guys are seeing me clearly what's going on here. It's actually getting to a darker point right now. It's after 7 p.m. in the evening, so need to be beat in the daylight right here. Yeah, guys. Beautiful soil amendment. Beautiful soil mix. Well, yeah, I'm definitely having trouble with these, so believe it or not, gonna have to use a little reverse psychology here. Well, yeah, this is not gonna work, guys. I might have to move this potentially in a temporary moment, I might have to move it through the house on the other side. So definitely gonna have to stop this whole thing. So already we correct this whole side. As you can see, no more hole poking out. Sometimes we have to be creative, you know, guys. Be quick and ready and creative. Ready to make any necessary adjustment to make our life easier and our mission doable. You know, so oh yeah, I could have started a bit, but honestly, guys, it's not a bad idea, you know, doing it after I put the soil, because if I had it and there's no soil, it would be falling over maybe. And as I go to push the soil, you know, so this is not a bad thing overall. I can move the soil a bit, get done my room to be able to place this well. So yeah, that both sides has already stopped. That's what I did with the other side, guys. My plan was to put our gloves. I literally put these gloves, guys, but it's how much I enjoy being in the soil. I totally forgot. It doesn't make no sense anymore because my hands are dirty. So yeah, quick and easy. Simple fix. Now we don't have any trouble with our holes anymore at the moment. Go clean my container was and now I'm dirtying it up with my own action. I've got to look more extra here. There, guys. Turn this down a bit. Yeah, it's a beautiful soil mixture, guys. Beautiful soil adamant. All rich organic. You can see, guys, this is a nice mixture soil, and I didn't even use perlite in this or any peat mass. There was some peat mass in one of the soil mixture I used, but yeah. As you can see, squeeze it, easily come apart. So, nice soil, ready for planting. Let that sit there for a moment and get my green. It's already getting a bit late, so that'll be moving. But guys, I turn on the switch for that light. I don't know if it's gonna come on. It's been a minute we haven't turned on that backlight, which I think is it's thing there. What you call that now? Sensor. But it's so bright in the back here, we don't really use it. We don't come around the back at night, so. But anyway, give me one moment here. And I'll get my plant prep and ready. And you can't gonna go out the door, and if you can't even do that back corner, that's not standing. Right on by the side there, and she go underneath the chair. She's not interested in going outside. Yeah, guys, we're back. So we're gonna get a little bit more closer with this thing here. Move my tripod. So yeah, this is my my plants in here. So these are what I'm transplanting at the moment. And so if you're just joining the live, welcome to the live. Right, not so bad. Thought it was. Look at that. You see, they're kind of a bit overgrown as they should be running up and chalice at the moment. So let's see what's going on. Set this over here. All right, guys, how we got going? Yeah, welcome to the live, guys. Just joining my live with transplanting some beans today. So see what. So example, this is our first bean. As you can see, the roots already getting out of hand. See what we got going on here. The one could be kind of lower than the other one here, so trying to utilize this space, guys, so that especially these sugar syrups, they are, you know, they are kind of getting intertwined with each other, so kind of utilize this space as much as I can so that I don't look at that. See how long that is? That's a lot of stem going on there. Some of these are a bit and not to hurt these too much. Fine. But as you can see, these guys, this one alone have 3 different plants in it. So you know, they're beans in the sense that they don't grow too big. I think these grow to 16 to 18 inches. You know, so not too big in the sense, you know, but you know what? I'm actually gonna space this just a little more. That's what these ones have individual single one in it. So if I actually gonna put this on the corner here by itself. Yeah. Actually put it in the middle here. And this is 3 different bean plant, guys. So I wanna make it be too crowded. So we get more with the same 3 bean thing going. So this is another 3 bean. And I put these on to the side. That is alright. And overdo it too much. What up, Miss? Macy? Kitty cat. Relax. You've been so demanding right now. Nope. That one falling over. Man, a lot of these does have 3 in them. You know, like this one, it's kind of tiny. You know, so I might sacrifice this one for right now. Maybe I plant it in something else. Let's see. But yeah, guys, if it wasn't that cold at the moment, I would have been putting these outside directly in the soil, but it's a bit too cold now. As I expressed, we're getting some low temperature at night, so definitely not safe for these plants outside just as yet. But I know that these containers should be very great for them. So I'm looking forward a definitely successful result in this whole operation here. This one thing going on. Still get these going over here. Yeah, guys, I'm excited for this grow season because I do have a lot of plants in preparation. You know, so excited to see what this garden season is gonna be. Actually, I only have one plant in this corner here, so I'm gonna get one more going beside this here. So these are bean, guys. As you know, bean can kind of tangle a bit with each other, so not too concerned about the extra space right now. And them being a bit close to each other. We only have one more sugar syrup and then we're down to the little marble. I'll put this one in the middle here a bit. Even though my intention wasn't to go in the middle with anyone, but I think this is our last plant in that group. And a little more extra soil. Oh, here's one more. Alright. Getting my head over myself here. Alright, let me see. So yeah, we're gonna try to get all of these beans in the one container here. Shouldn't be too much, honestly. Should definitely be fine where they are at the moment. So alright guys, got that. See that, guys? Looking all beautiful. So that's the mission right now. Let me get this it's like a makeshift chalice thing that I put together. So this is I'm gonna be using this too. Is this my right angle? Yeah, I think so. I'm gonna be using this thing to hold them up, my chalice. That's actually hitting the side piece there, so I have to shift this in a bit more. We get it down to that angle. Give these beans some extra support. I have this thing getting loosened up. Oh yeah, so just kind of this is my my mission here. Kind of get these climbing up on this chalice. Give them the whole opportunity to climb instead of keep falling over. And see now. In a short time I already solved one of my problems that I was already having with these beans. So really excited. What these gonna be taking off in the next week. They should adjust to their new environment. I'm looking to start to produce soon. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So these are the sugar syrup, and then these are the little marble. See the little Marva, they're kind of a bit shorter. They don't get too tall as these ones. I think this is a little Marva as well. So yeah, so these are our sugar syrup little Marva. So we got 2, 4, there's 2 in that one, 2 more, 6, 8, 10, 12, okay. 13 if you want to count, there's 3 in that one. Well, yeah, guys, then this whole thing is also making room for my grow space, and it was getting a bit too crowded. Yeah, I'm gonna get some string going through here so that these can continue to climb. My soil is a bit moist, but either on the camera or off camera, I'm gonna get some water going. So, you know, guys, each time you transplant new plants, it's good to get them moisture, get water in the new space so that they can adjust well as well. Also, so I'm gonna be adding a bit of water here, you know, but the soil is pretty moist. My seed starter mix, they were pretty moist, they weren't dried out, so something too much concern about, you know, but definitely a beautiful thing. And I appreciate you guys for joining me on this moment. As you can see, we're still going at it. And what that does for me right now, guys, is give me a little more space to get some things done. You know, in this container right here, I had some marigold going, but as you can see, they weren't that successful. These seeds are been around for years, so I didn't get them to go in you know, in previous years. So those not looking so well. But here we have over 30 some marigold growing in this. So these are all marigold. These are some cabbage. Some golden ace cabbage. I think these are so probably beet or radish. I think that's the beet though. I think they are the radish. Even those are more plants that you put outside directly, but I wanted to get some plants going. And already can see these Brussels sprout already looking definitely they're ready to be transplant outside as well. So that's gonna be my next mission tomorrow, to put these in container, at least in bigger container, even a double cup, guys, you know what I mean? So these are getting a bit too small for them, and as you can see with the top root, look at that, that's a little bit too much overgrown for this small container. So hence why you see they will lose extra leaf like this, which is not a bad thing, because even get these extra leaf off so it doesn't take too much energy from the plant. Even when they're outside, Brussels sprout typically, as they go, will shed leaf. You know, sometimes these leaf add extra sugar to the plant. You know, you do have plants that actually utilize the extra sugars in the leaf as it reaches to this stage of ready. And I can tell how much water this one wants right here. This definitely needs some water. Set this right here, guys. Here we go. Just a moment here. Well, you guys, I've been trying to water from the bottom of these things. Get the water down underneath. You can see. Check this thing right here, guys. And I get the water going underneath. Oh yeah, this definitely kind of drying out, so definitely call for some water. Yeah, I'm kind of watering from the bottom, guys, so that the roots, the plant should say, but you know, also the root, you know, that they can reach for their own water, you know. You know, plants does develop stronger root. Yo, bro. What up, brother? Big up yourself, Charlie. Yeah, true G, you know. Miss you, brother, miss you. Give thanks, you know. Welcome to the live. No, you always been a great supporter. Welcome to the live, Charlie. Big up yourself. Appreciate you, my brother. Share the live with any family or friends that you know that live like plant, so that they can help me build a little audience here, you know what I mean? So that's my mission, brother. I'm glad that you joined the live. I actually was thinking of you today. I was consider giving you a message, but you know, we reach in touch tomorrow or a bit later. But yeah, I appreciate you. I have, you know, you definitely have to come over when the season get going. You can get fresh vegetable from the yard and steam fresh vegetable in the real moment, or you know, either way, if I have enough and if you want to plant something in your yard, I can come and help you as well. But either way, my veg is your veg, my brother. So but yeah, bro, that's the mission. We're getting some. No, definitely. I'm gonna be visiting your spot as well too, you know. But yeah, we're getting some plants inside going so that we can get ahead of the season. Hey Shirley, you see those 4 plants just in the corner right here? You know, tell a friend to tell a friend. That's a miracle plant. You know, Moringa, or you know, pronounce it properly, Moringa. So Moringa. You know, that's the miracle plant right there, my brother. So, you know, you talk about one of the most healthiest plants in the world. You know, you have 19 of the beneficial 21 nutrients that everybody need. You know, so this plant is a miracle right here. These ones in the corner right here. You know, you're talking about 15 times the potassium in banana, 8 times the amount of fiber in oats. You know, there's more calcium than in orange. Not calcium, but vitamin C. Calcium than in milk, obviously. But yeah, more vitamin C than in orange. I think 11 times the amount of orange vitamin C than in orange is in this one plant, my brother. So a cup of it give you all that ratio. So you literally can survive off that plant, my friend, if you don't have food. You know, so that's called the moringa. You know, you can use the powder. Obviously, dry the leaf, make it into powder. You can eat the seeds. Yeah, that's what this is right now, a tiny tent. I was gonna throw this tent away. So it's literally a 2x4 tent. You know, as you can see, 2 feet going off to the side right here and a 4-foot length. Now I had used it over the years, but it was downstairs in a little basement spot. You know, so these plants I was getting them going on the table. But then they were, you know, we have a cat here as well. She's like 6 months, you know, and she was a trouble. She was like eating my green plants. She was the first one that was messing with my seedlings, so that wasn't a good option. And obviously, you know, how you prevent a cat from going at a plant, you know, and a table. So she was eating them off. As young as my seedling them was coming up like this, she was eating them. I even couple times, even this, for example, where you see this one is bare, the cat would definitely, the cat would go lie down in my plant, my friend. You know what I mean? So she was a trouble. You know what I mean? I think, not sure if she's 100%, but she's a Maine Coon, but you know, so she's kind of bigger. You know, so yeah, so that's kind of how I came up with the idea of like, man, maybe I should utilize this tent I was gonna throw away. These, my brother, are some pollinator plant, some beautiful flowers that the bees and the butterfly love. I think the hummingbird love this one. You know, these are some oregano. No, this is the basil and that's the oregano. And then these are two of the same flower. Not remember the exact name, but I do have the picture I can research. So these are just some clippings I had. I have some rosemary. Then you know. But yeah, bunch of plant, my brother. There's some kale. This kale can be transplanted. I think I'm gonna transplant them tomorrow. Outside, you know, kale can be a bit cold hardy. You know, so feel I can get away with these outside tomorrow. But yeah, brother, definitely. I appreciate you being on the live, sharing this moment with me. Not sure if you work today and reach back home already or you're home. I appreciate your brother, and that's why I was gonna reach out to you, because I was gonna tell you that I have that ready for you. You know, I've been a moment now. We have reached in touch, so I do appreciate you as well, looking out for me in that regard. But I do have that portion ready for you. So whenever we link up, I'm gonna be having that for you. And as you said that you have something going for me as well, I do appreciate you. So definitely greatly. What? yeah, true, brother. I know, my friend. You know, you may not know how. Really appreciate you. Thanks for being here for me in any moment, you know. So, but yeah, I appreciate that. Definitely, I totally appreciate that from you. But yeah, and you know, I'm here for you anytime, you know what I mean? So, if any moment, yeah, brother, good night. And I miss you as well, definitely. You know already. But, you know, we're close by, so we'll be in touch pretty soon. But yeah, thanks for checking in. Thanks for being on the live. I wasn't expecting at all. So it's great to see you in the real moment, you know. So leave yourself a thumbs up for the energy, you know. So yeah, definitely, brother. I appreciate it. You know, have a good night. Love to you and your family. Hopefully you guys have a great Easter. You know, your Sunday was Easter. So hopefully you had a good one. See you, brother. Big up yourself. Well, yeah, guys, welcome to the live. That was my great friend, Charlie. You know, really good people. I appreciate the love and support from family away from family, you know. Well, yeah, guys, that was our mission tonight for this video. As we can look outside, still have our bean going. Those are the bean that we transplant. Man, I can feel the cold energy, you know, and that's the reason behind these plants didn't get the chance to go directly in the ground. You know, because it's just a bit too cold at the moment. So there's definitely no going around that. You know, it's too cold. So when I get these plants situated some more, this spot I might have to cover it over tonight You know, if I get a nice large piece of plastic, I can use that to cover it, support it, so it can keep warm, keep that humidity and moisture in. You know, in the next few days, I know, guys, it's definitely gonna be warm out, so don't have to worry about cold spell. But for now, it's getting too cold. You know, it's at night, temperature dropping. 32 is freezing. You know, so anything below that, you know, you can bring freeze to your soil. You know, you can kill your plants. You know, especially seedlings, they're a bit more delicate. Especially for this plant right now was inside, is in a tent, in a whole control room, temperature and everything, and then put them outside now. You know, you would just beat them up a bit. Even as how it is right now, few hours of this exposure to this cold, probably start to see wilt going on in these leaves. Even if they would recover, it would still stun them a bit. Could potentially cause temporary damage to the seedling, you know. So my mission is to get these in a warm space as I end this live, you know. So Nick from Yardman Garden and Arts TV, still have a whole ton of soil in my box here that I mix my style. You can see that there's a big box. Just utilize it. It was basically going into the garbage. But my wheelbarrow is on the other side of the house. And if you look, this is a space where it doesn't really have a direct entrance, rather than you walking up over the wall or you put something over the fence or whatever. So I wasn't gonna challenge the wheelbarrow to come around here. And as you can see, my gutter that fell off during the winter still laying here on the ground. You know, so hitting that thing. So that's something that I need to get rid of. So it's like planting time right now. So I'm cleaning up, spring cleaning. And I'm also looking to get this thing out of this space. You know, it's not gonna be able to reuse anymore. You know, it's definitely not in good condition. You know, so definitely gonna get rid of it. Gonna be another casting project as far as to replace it. That's where it fell from, guys. The gutter. I had a video on my YouTube of the moment, even when it was frozen in winter and I was breaking off the icicles. The biggest icicle I've seen since I've came to America, as far as just, you know, hanging off the roof and, you know, falling off. So I got a tool the other day from the hardware to cut this. My mission was to cut it in pieces and use it like small growing container, you know, like make some container for growing at a more permanent position outside. So whether I'm gonna use like a stand, put them on it and kind of join them together in a sense where they can grow like maybe urban spice, you know, kind of put it to use instead of throw it all away up through the mesh here. Because guys, couple seasons ago, one fell off just the same, you know, the gutter. You know, if you look at this, you might think it's salvage, what the term I'm using, salvage. You know, you can salvage it, but it's definitely not look so well, you know. As you can see, like for example, get this thing move here. And I close this door. You see how this part is all twisted up, you know. So there's no you know, trying to reuse back this, and it's just not gonna look so good, you know. If we have to be reused on the house, so we're gonna just throw it away. You know, welcome to the live, guys. Let me know where you're watching from. Please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel as well. But yeah, going up the line, you can see some part of it is in good condition. A bit dark here. But when you do come to part like this, you start reaching in where it's all bent up again. So doesn't seem like something I want to reuse or reinstall on the roof, you know. So we're gonna throw that one away. Cut even this section, it's all bent up, you know. So my mission was to cut it in pieces and use it for grow medium. This is one of my my other grow container. So guys, I got a bunch of these donated to me this season. You know, they're probably I look over 3 foot, the length. You know, as you can see, wide. Probably like a foot, maybe. But yeah, they're definitely great container, guys. You know, I have grown in containers before, not in this capacity. I have at least a dozen of these containers. So I know people who like container growing would totally appreciate these, you know. Can grow strawberry, especially having these extra hole in the side. Could literally have strawberry growing, you know, like filled with soil with the strawberry root coming out, and they can grow hanging. You know, so I could even make more holes and utilize that idea. We only have one hole in the bottom, so I made circle. But my circle, I use a box knife and I cut it into square. You know, because we always live and learn, you know. The first time I did it, I tried to use the box knife and go around in circle. Pew! I seen up the point of it, so I have to like spin it around and use the other side of it. So then I was like, you know, especially working with art over the years and stenciling and all that, I was like, there's no way I'm gonna get this leverage to cut it around unless it was a small knife blade, you know, one of those sharp pointed. The one that I had was a wider one. So soon as I tried to take the curve and turn it into circle, it's in up the blade. So my mission is to just come, slice down, slice up or down, and across. Get my nice little cutting. But yeah, it will just create a more extra drainage for the bottom of these containers. So that's basically it. There's not much to do by it. You know, if I wanted to grow vertical, use this container, have the space to anchor them, I literally could tie rope on the sides of here, hang it. Same thing, growing it. If I don't have this space to grow on, you know, on the land. But I do have enough land space, even if I don't have it to dig directly in the ground, I have space to set these down, you know, to grow in. So my mission is to do exactly just so. Utilize these container here. You know, some might be able to help me with like winter growing as well. You know, in small space that I can contain, put covering over it to help it so that it stay warm. So blessed guys, welcome to the live. If you just joining my live, leave your impact and to show that you were here, you know, by liking. Share my content if you feel it's useful to anybody, family or friend, anyone that may find it interested. You know, it's all about gardening. If I can get this thing, goes on a bad angle and then holding the camera. Oh yeah, these are the little marvel. These are sugar synapse. Just extra bean that I had to not even bean but peas, because peas is different from bean. The sugar synapse is a tiny peas, it's pretty sweet. You know, you can just pick that one and eat it easily. They put in a lot of salad mix. So it's one that you don't necessarily have to cook too much in the sense, you know, nice bean to eat straight off the vine. So I'm looking forward to see what they do. I'm gonna get some string going through the middle here, going across so that they can continue to climb. Not gonna try to put any more bamboo. Probably be more feasible. Just get a couple string, zim across. So maybe like even just two more row of string would do me well. You know, one here and one more up here. As you know, this plant is at this height already, as you can see on the trellis. Don't even know if it's gonna get tall enough to reach up to here. Let's see, because it did say 18 to 16 inches. You know, sometimes plant do give you more growth in the sense, but we're feeling they're not gonna get too tall. Go back into my tent. But yeah, the whole mission is to get most plant that I can going outside so that I can limit the space. tonight I'm gonna start some more tomato. These tomato guys are from previous season. I'm not 100% sure exactly what these tomatoes are as yet. I didn't label the bag that they were in, the seeds, but they were 3 separate bags, so I plant them, you know, in that regard, you know, and I'm looking to identify them when they start to, you know, grow in and find their shape, you know, so I can identify them by the leaf, or who knows, maybe I'm not even gonna identify them until I start to get fruit, you know. So, but typically if I do save tomato seeds from previous grow, they're good seed, you know. So in the moment I plant 3 different bag of generation of seed that I have in this. So these are all tomato guys. These are all marigold. I need to plant some marigold seeds tonight as well, so I can get some more going for next month, you know, before we can really be, say, comfortable enough to put plants outside and not worry. You know, typically in the middle of May is a safe time to put, say, all crop, opposed to you might get away with putting some cold hardy crop outside, you know, ahead of time, like kind of like this Brussels sprout. Should be able to get it out in a couple of days. You know, this onion scallion here, if you want to say it. You know, tomorrow I'm looking to do that, you know, so, and that's gonna give me more space for this garden, or I'm saying for this garden, for this grow tent, you know. Welcome to the live. Seeing people join in, appreciate you. Give me a thumbs up, give me a like, or better yet, you can let me know where you're watching from. Share your thoughts, and also subscribe to my channel. It's greatly appreciated. All support is welcome and encouraged highly, you know. So, and that support is anywhere from liking my content, subscribing to my channel, it's one of the biggest of it. Sharing my content is also great, you know, and but yeah, comment as well. Comment, share your thoughts, it's always welcome. So we're all here to learn from each other, you know, support each other in any way I can. You know, I'm not no genius in any sense. I have been growing and been around farming all my life. Some of these vegetables that I'm even growing are ones that I necessarily haven't grown before, you know, even prior to coming here to America, you know. But plant is plant, you know, having a green thumb in that sense, or having a touch for plant and growing, you know, then you can adjust to whatever in that sense. You know, coming to America, the weather is different, the climate, all that, you know, the soil, you know, grow medium, you know, typically I buy my own soil and mix. I also do my own organic soil, you know, so my own organic compost. Well, yeah, guys, I feel like this is a great little video for this evening. There are some moringa guys, you can see. Very excited for these in the future here, and as I express, anyone that looking to get their own moringa plant at home, if you're in a warm climate, can be outside all year round, producing from leaf to the seeds, which is basically the fruit. If you're in a cold climate, you can have it outside during the grow season, during, you know, spring and winter and summer. Sorry, saying winter would kill it. Really, don't even take winter to kill the moringa plant. Even in fall, you know, if we get freezing temperature in fall, these plant, the body of it, hold a lot of liquid. You know, it's, as you can see, it's one of those type of soft, almost vegetable stark life like body, especially the softer branch, and now the body, even this, the main stem here, or the main body of the plant is still soft. So it's definitely a delicate plant in that regard. And the leaves and the limb, you know, in a regular time, they do have that same appearance and that same, you know, liquid in that inside the plant itself. You know, so for that reason, it does freeze easily. You know, so if it's cold, it's fine, but if the temperature go to a freezing state, that's where the limb directly can just freeze. So, and obviously, if a plant freeze, it's kind of hard to survive back, you know, and you know, as far as meaning the body itself go through a freezing process because there's so much liquid in the body. But the body contain a lot of water. But yeah, guys, that's moringa. You know, and definitely have some cool, interesting video coming out on these moringa plant. And moringa, you know, you say the term merengue, but the scientific name for it is moringa, or you know, moringa. But it's Moringa. You know, but coming from Jamaica, we just have different sounding and pronunciation for things that may sound different from what it actually is, or what folks may use to calling it. But yeah, moringa is the name for it. So don't mind me if you hear me pronouncing it a bit off. But yeah, welcome to the live, guys. Anyone is here with me still joining or has been here this whole time, I appreciate you. Thanks for joining the live. Greatly appreciate if you give me a subscribe as well. And I look forward for the journey on this growing season and what is to come. You know, so let me know where you're watching from. Share your thoughts in the comment. This is my little grow tent. It's a 2x4 tent. So nothing much in the sense, but I had this plant going. And I just needed a comfortable space for them. You know, they were inside on the table, and the cat was messing with them. We had we have a 6-month-old cat, and she's trouble. You know, so she was eating on my plants. So I have to move them from her position. So hence I rebirthed this tent I was gonna throw away because I felt it's a bit too tall. As you can see how far it come to the roof, guys. And it's not the biggest tent, so I had used it over the years in different occasions, not consistently, you know, and it was just taking up space. So I was like, you know, I should just get rid of this tent. But at this season, I'm like, man, you know, this tent, just a tiny light can, you know, maybe create wonder and miracle for me. And that's exactly what it's doing. It is shielding this plant, keeping them in a safe zone, you know, so that I can get them going, give them a nice head start before they be able to go outside, you know, because it's still cold. You know, these marigold, you know, as you know, marigold is a little pest repellent in the garden, you know, so I'm excited. I need to be doubling this amount, triple this amount of marigold, though, guys. I have a bunch of seeds, so I'm gonna plant some seeds tonight, you know, but this, I think, is around 30 some marigold in this plant. You know, it's definitely not enough. You know, I need a lot more. You know, so this is gonna be you know, like a perimeter control for different pests and crawling critters from entering the garden. Help limit all the different pests or anything like that. You know, so I definitely need more marigold. I have a bunch of tomato seed I want to plant tonight. You know, some of the other vegetable it's already reached to that time of year or close to that season opening. So some of those are the ones I'm gonna leave and plant them directly in the ground. You know, like for example, these carrots may be a bust. I don't know how successful he's gonna be at this point. Because they're already a bit too overgrown inside the seed starter. You know, we have the roots already going out, as you can see, that's carrot root. And as you know, carrot is a root plant, you know, not needed to be distracted or to be messed with, you know, while it's going. So, you know, for these to be this height and to be this establishing these seed starter, I don't know what's the future of them is gonna be. You know, they're kind of shorter carrots, so they're not the longest carrot to say that, you know, maybe I already mess with the root, in the sense that the root, you know, should be running and creating a better taproot in the existing soil as where the plant is gonna be growing permanently until finish time. You know, now I fear that these you know, it probably a little bit too much for what the container and the space that they are in. But trust me, guys, you learn as you go, you know. Check this out. You know, you never know. So I literally just learn, not just learn, you know, I've grown in different container. But check this out, guys. As you see, this is a paper board that came out of, you know, a paper towel, basically in the kitchen. So I learned this season, guys, basically fill this with soil, plant the carrot. See how much, you see where I'm going here, guys? How much more root, you know, room this root system would have, you know, to find its way down all the way from the top down here. You know, so needless to say, if these was in something like this, you know, I wouldn't be worrying about messing with the root and transplant. You know, I could literally just take this ready to go transplant in the ground. You know, so next year, needless to say that I'm already prepared. I already have my my mission, you know, figure out already how I'm gonna be doing carrot seedling next year. So look out for that as well. But for this season, these one might not be in the best position, but I'm still gonna transplant them outside. Probably even tomorrow to think of it, you know. Hopefully we don't get any crazy frost before the season end. And I don't have to worry about you know, them dying off. But either way, we're gonna be planting some directly outside in the ground. So looking forward to that. But yeah. And yeah, like I said, look forward to some great content coming on Moringa. Some great educational content, you know. Spilling you all the in-depth benefit of Moringa plant, how to grow it, how to care for it, the benefit and nutrients and all that come from it. This one plant, as I expressed, guys, there's 21 important nutrients that our body consume or our body need, and out of that 21, what am I talking about? I think I'm using the number different. So there's 102, guys. I'm using that term. Maybe through that 2-1. But yeah, 102 essential nutrients that our body use. And Moringa, I want to say, consists of 96 of that 102 nutrients that our body use. You know, and that include potassium, calcium, you know, obviously magnesium and all that is in it. But the main ones are like, you know, vitamin A, potassium, calcium, vitamin C, fiber, you know, and all that good stuff. So more potassium than in banana, I think 15 times the amount. More calcium than in milk. You know, they all have ratio. So yeah, look out for those videos. I'm gonna be coming with in-depth video on that whole beneficial properties behind these Moringa plant. And anyone looking for Moringa plant, reach out. You can grow your Moringa plant all year. Inside if you want, you can take it outside in the growing season, bring it back inside in late fall, you know, so that it doesn't freeze, and you can always rotate it. Now if you're in a warm climate, you can always grow Moringa. No trouble, no worries all year around. So yeah, guys, we're out here preparing ourselves, getting ready for the garden season. And as I stand here speaking to you guys, can't help but think how chilly it is outside at the moment. I'm gonna have to get these planted. This one here I might just leave outside, covered under plastic, so that it can keep warm and humid, you know, and we don't have our seedling getting freezing overnight. But that's the main part of the mission tonight, guys, was transplanting these sugar syrup peas. Then we have those little Marva. Probably do those one tomorrow. Oh yeah, tonight we're gonna be starting some new tomato seed. Don't mind me, guys, this is literally the corner I'm staging right now in the side of my kitchen here for all my plant supply. So it's like, it's at that time of year where I'm getting my planting, so I'm keeping things close as I use them. So right now I literally have this corner in a whole, you know, my seed. As you can see, there was a couple soil in bags, you know, so when I get these, I'll move, clean out the space again, and you know, but for now, oh, actually, you're going almost forgot I have these going, and it's crazy to think, you know, and you know, it's a good thing that I remember these guys. I'm in the video because this one is potato. So yeah, definitely need to get these going. Check this out, guys. This one definitely spoil. Cut it, it's falling apart. What the hell? I wasn't expecting that. Keep them a bit closer. Maybe two they were in this paper. So far this is 3. These ones stayed solid. But yeah, I'm gonna leave them exposed so that I remember them tomorrow to transplant them. That's crazy. But potato, that's another one definitely can go directly in the soil right now. So I'm gonna be planting those tomorrow. That's crazy. I'm glad that I saw them because you know, it all adds up. You know, it wasn't that expensive to say it was $2 for this 3 potato in the container or in the bag here. As you see, this one is the red Norland. Last time I pronounced it, I said Northland, so you have that NOR, but there's no T, and then this is that Yukon Gold. Everybody know that this is more popular potato, the Yukon Gold. Oh yeah, I'm gonna be planting those out tomorrow because I'm gonna be losing our potato. I'm gonna go over here a bit. Getting dark outside, guys. Have this beautiful pollinator plant that we got as well for this season. I'm gonna be transplanting it soon outside. Oh yeah, guys. So we have all the different marigold plants. So that's the mission. We definitely wanna be planting. These are some perennial, really heavy on pollinators, you know. Like this lupine, I think the butterflies, they love it a lot. The hummingbird, I think for this. I'm kind of making the yard more, even more than it is right now. You have a beautiful mint family here, the lemon balm. But yeah, when I try to make the yard more than it is at the moment, more welcoming and more home friendly for pollinators. Here we got some pak chai. But yeah, we're gonna encourage a lot of pollinator this season. So the mission is to grow as much pollinator. Tonight I wanna set some tomato as well. These are some different type of tomato. That's a Roma tomato. And then we have the Taste Master. It's a hybrid. Welcome to the channel, guys. Appreciate you joining me this moment. Share your thoughts. Give me a thumbs up. Let me know where you're watching from. And we have some Better Boy here. Better Boy, as you see, 70 days. So these are more earlier harvesting tomato. No, these are not really a long growth type of tomatoes. It's another the Abe Lincoln. This is another 70 day. So these one I try to get them so that I can have an earlier crop going as far as tomato grow. You know, more pak chai, more cabbage. I wanna get some of these going tomorrow as well. We already have kale going, so after the broccoli. Didn't plant any broccoli yet, so definitely gonna get some broccoli going. More pop chai. Yeah, I have a lot of pop chai here. But yeah, guys, definitely excited. Time. This is just another messy part of my table as well. Preparing seeds and all of that. So, as I said again, don't mind me. There's a lot going on in here at the moment. You know, I am not getting anybody way at the moment. So, you know, sometimes it's good to have good support around you, or, you know, have the freedom to do a little more than some may have, you know. So, you know, typically the place is not this crowded, but for now, plant is a must, you know, and the growing season is important. So we're definitely getting these going on out of the way. So yeah, if you're joining the live, as I see some folks joining the live at the moment, these are some peas that I plant. They were going inside and in the tent, and I plant them out so that we can get them going. They were getting too tall in the seed starter, so they were like falling over. Now we want to get them to climb this trellis. We're gonna be growing this group in this container that we got this season. We got some nice container donated to us. These are some food grade container. They were used for freezer, you know, in those big deep freeze. They used to house and contain meat or any frozen item that would get shipped from this distributor place. So I'm excited to be using these this season, growing in them. And I save me from using too much ground space, you know, or just giving me the opportunity to be able to grow in this pot, contain my soil more. As you can see, definitely a nice depth pot. Some plant doesn't even go this deep as far as the root system, you know, so it's another good thing that, you know, all this soil is all nice mixture, organic soil, rich with organic additive, as well as worm casting, you know, so this is just rich soil in, you know, guys, opposed to putting directly in the soil. So even though I always add more, you know, compost and rich organic material to my existing soil outside, you know, but still for these container pots, I know it's just gonna even be that win-win for all of that nutritious soil feeding these plants. So I'm excited, you know. I'm gonna be doing lettuce. I'm gonna test some cabbage, cucumber. My whole idea is to plant the cucumber and do chalice, similar to what's going on here, all the way that the cucumber can just climb. You know, so it's just gonna be a nice cucumber garden basically inside of a pot. You know, so welcome to the live. If you're joining the live, let me know where you're tapping in from. Let me know where you're joining in from. Give me a thumbs up. And share your thought in the comment section. You know. But yeah, guys, this is literally just my messy settings at the moment. You see this box full of soil. You know, that's where I dump my different bags of soil, my organic compost mix. And I've been just using it as my mixing container for now, temporarily. You know, there's a lot of soil in it, so, you know, but it's good. It's utilizing things that you're gonna throw away overall. So when I finish, that can go, you know, to the dump. And that's the thing, if it didn't have that outside paint and all that graphic on it, I could utilize it in the garden as far as organic component, but that have ink and all that on it, so it's kind of got ruined. But for now, it's been utilized full of nice black gold soil. So Excited. Hey guys, it's getting a bit chilly. When I situate these plants, find a spot for them where they can be okay and comfortable throughout the night. You know, I'm gonna check the temperature and see if it's too cold for them. Then I'm gonna be able to cover them up, give them a safe environment to survive the night. The days have been nice and warm, but the night temperature been dropping a bit too low. So hence why, you know, in zones 5B to 6 here in Illinois, you really don't, you know, you can't take the chance of putting the crops outside as yet, you know, especially certain crops. You might get away with the cold hardy crop, as I expressed, your lettuce, you know, your kale, your broccoli. Although even though broccoli do like sun in that sense, but it's more a cold crop in that regard as well. Do like cooler temperature, you know, and your spinach, that's the next one as well, that, you know, require all of that. Yeah, guys, we're out here. Man, you see all the neighbors as well preparing, you know, and it's pretty wild, guys, you know. Let me turn back this around here. So neighbor, they always do that little tent thing, as you see, is just basically the frame, which is PVC pipe frame. So they kind of make the PVC pipe and, you know, angle it. As you can see, the top is made more of a round shape. So when they add the plastic, you know, you can, the water can run off easily, you know, and then it go right down to like a wood frame in the ground where it is anchored to, you know. So basically just a frame, which is, it stays up all year round, and then in the closer to spring, you know, they put this plastic where they can get a head start in the crop season growing, you know. From my thought, I see this, I literally thinking it's something that I know it's not clear enough, obviously, you know, to let in a lot of sunlight. But this is definitely something that could potentially improve and grow all year round, you know, is where I was going. You know, like a greenhouse effect all year round. So if I have this, I might utilize it in the sense of trying to grow plant in the winter instead of start my seedling outside before time to put them, you know, in the spring and all that. So, well, yeah, guys, appreciate you all for being here. Appreciate whoever joined the live tonight. Spin this thing around. Oh yeah, my place is a bit unorganized at the moment, as I'm into the in-depth part of gardening prep. You know, so I just have a little bit of too much things laying around in the way. So I appreciate you guys for joining the live. Thanks for being here. Great support. Appreciate you. Subscribe to my channel. Like and share. Comments. Share your thoughts. And as we get going to the gardening season, you know, I'm looking forward to communicate with you guys, other gardeners, other people who are looking for tips or sharing their thoughts as well. We are a community here and we're here to learn from each other. So look out for more great content coming. And as the gardening season going, you know, look out for luscious vegetable going in the garden and all the beauty of that. So I'm excited, you know. So anybody who are looking to join the family this season, Yardman Garden and Arts TV, subscribe and follow the journey, support, you know, and be a part of the family. Sincerely appreciate you guys. I'm gonna take this one here. I will see you on the next video, whether it's a live or it's gonna be a recorded video in that sense, you know. I'm gonna be trying to get to more live this season than I have done before, so look out for that. It's gonna be a really excited, really a great opportunity to show what have always got going over the years, more in depth, and I feel like live video can take me more or take you guys more into that life, so into that real time. So thank you all for being here. Peace out to the world, love to the people. Thanks for all your support and your love and your encouragement um, um, for being here, so peace to the people, one love. We'll see you on the next video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to show your love and your support. My fingers all have that. I need to clip these right now. They're getting a little bit too overgrown, but yeah, a lot more than dirt, from my soil, digging into the soil. So it's a part of it, guys. Much love, much peace to the people. See you on the next video, guys. Peace.